So yes, overall experience with Sprinto has been pretty amazing. I think from the time when we started, at that point, actually, we didn't have much idea about what to expect from software. It seemed like such a complicated process. But when we started our engagement, at that point, Team Sprinto had broken everything in from bigger chunks into smaller digestible parts and milestones. So we knew that, okay, this is the first milestone which we have to cover, and then we move on to the next one. So, that process, that streamlined process made our life so much simpler. And even when we had completed the whole SOC2, process from our side, they were very hands-on, and they made sure that, they were always on top of communication with auditors and everything. So I think we were able to get our SOC2 compliance, and I cannot thank Sprinto enough for, helping us out here. The best thing about Sprinto, I think the best thing about Sprinto has to be the customer support which you get from the team. I think when we started, at that point, Karthik was the one who, actively walked us through and told us that, okay, this is what it entails, what the process is going to look like, and this is what something which you have to cover earlier. So that was very streamlined. We knew what we had to accomplish before we could formally start the process. And afterwards, when Niladri took over, I think even then the process was super structured. So going into the process, we knew exactly what milestones were we supposed to, hit before we could become SOC2 compliance ready. So I think overall, the kind of hand-holding which you get from the team and the kind of support which you get from the team, that is pretty amazing. And yeah, I think that's definitely one of the best things about working with Sprinto. The team was really dedicated and very committed when it came to our SOC2 preparation, and it seemed much more like a partnership versus like, hey, there are 10 things which you're supposed to do and please manage it by yourself. So I think that's definitely there. And apart from that, I think the process again was very, very structured. To start with, the first thing which they did was compile us a list of checks that, okay, these are the mandatory things which you have to cover so as to get SOC2 compliance, right? So that list was readily shared with us. In fact, that is a list which they already have on their platform, right? So that was there. And then this next step when it comes to, all the checks is how do you even enable it? So again, team was super responsive. We knew all the steps that, okay, this is how we enable each of these things. So that's the second part. But the third part, which is I think very critical, is how do you even fix if in case you're failing at any of these checks? And in my experience, what I found was team knew the technical know-how of, like, there was not a case which we ran into when a team didn't know like this, how to fix this check. So I think even the technical acumen was exemplary. So in terms of compiling a list of checks, telling us how to enable it, and then helping us fix it, everything was managed by the team. So that is one. And I think for SOC2 compliance, the next part which comes when you are compliance ready is you have to find out the auditor. And even in that step, the team helped us a lot. And they had a few tie-ups with a couple of auditors, and we had a list of options available, and it was up to us to pick from one of the auditors. And I think it saved us a lot of time, because if I had to do that research by myself, it would have taken me at least quite a few days, if not weeks, to identify the best auditor for our SOC2 compliance. So yes, I think we've saved a lot of time, because we had all the information that we needed, we had it readily available.